Okay, welcome back. We're going to pick up where we left off. This time what we want to do is make sure the timer stops. So we got this timer that changes by -1, so it's going down. And right now it just goes forever, which is not good. So what we want is we want this timer to, when it hits 0, it just gives up and is done. And we want to let them know the player lost, so it feels like the game is over when the time is out. So you only have so much time to get this game done to win, or you lost. Now, if you hop back over to your program, what I'm going to say is we have this forever loop going on right now, right? So think about loops. You've got forever, you've got repeat a certain number of times, and you have repeat until. Now, here's what I'm going to say. This forever loop is not what we want. The meat of the sandwich we love. The sandwich itself is not what we want. We don't want it to go on forever. Now, here's the number one thing kids typically say is, oh, I'll just use this repeat block and put in a whatever. Right now, if I say count down 10 times, you started at 5. Take a look at your clock right here. Right? It's going to go. It's going to. If you're watching your clock, it's going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0, but it keeps going. It counts down 10 times, which puts you down to -5, and then it would stop, right? So a lot of kids are like, oh, I'll just put a 5 in here, and that is one way to get it done. But here's the problem. If you want to change the amount of time, now watch it's 3, 2, 1, 0, it counted down 5 times, which put you at 0, started at 5, counted down 5 times, put you at 0. If you want to change the game, though, you have to go in here and make these match all the time, which is not so much fun. So what I'm going to say is this thing, you could get it done with that. That's not my favorite. What I would love is this. You want to repeat until something happens. That's going to be your best friend. Now, what is it that we want to happen? We want to repeat until that clock looks like this. So I'll show you how to make that happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some ideas. I'm going to let you put those ideas together. So you've got this repeat until. Notice you've got this little hexagon shape. If you go to your green, you'll notice this will fit right in there. So that's going to be one of your best friends. Now, the thing is, what's going to stop you is when the clock equals a certain number. If you want to talk about the clock, don't forget you can go to your data, you can grab that and use it. And then you can actually type in, so the clock, you're going to compare the clock to a certain number, and you can actually type a number in here, right? So here's what I'm going to say. You need this, you need that. And then what I want is, if you hop on your looks, you also want to be able to switch the backdrop to loser when the time is out. So here's what I'm going to tell you. These 3 things are your best friend. You also have this repeat until. If you put these together just right, you'll get the countdown effect that we want. Let me show you what should happen. I'm going to show you kind of a completed version of it and so you know what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, when you finish putting your stuff together in the right way, what you should have is this ticking clock. Now I set mine to 15 at the beginning of the game. It's counting down. I'm trying to get to the end of my track. It's 9 seconds. It's 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5. Now take a look. 4, 3, 2, 1. At that moment, you'll notice the clock has stopped. And you switched your backdrop to a different backdrop. Now think about this. You only switched the backdrop one time. It did not happen over and over and over again, right? You did change your clock over and over again, and it stopped when the clock was equal to a certain number. So when you've got that done, and it will count down to a certain number until you lost the game, you're done with this video. In the next video, we're going to add one more touch to it, and it's going to be amazing. So when you've got this to happen, if you're confused, grab your teacher, ask me a question, and I'll help you out. But when you get that happening, you're ready for the next video.